All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to My People and I. And of course, you know what we do here. We discuss Africa, and just Africa. And there is something big trending in Africa right now. This one has got Nigerians, South Africans, and other African countries really talking. And it's something that I'm not really happy about. To be honest, I am sad about it as a lover of this continent of Africa. One of the biggest satellite television services in Africa, about the biggest, has just been acquired by a French media outfit. I'm talking about a satellite service that has existed for over 30 years. Before I show you details of this top story and how Africans reacted, let me quickly show you this video. A teacher in the United States of America was asked to list 3 countries in Africa and she couldn't list them. I'll tell you what I feel after the video. Here is it.
Give me 3 countries in Africa.
Oh, hell no. I don't know.
You got them.
3 countries in Africa? Oh my God. Oh my God. What the hell? And I'm a teacher.
You shouldn't have said that. Now that's going to be on there too.
What grade do you teach?
It's been a long, I'm not even telling you what grade I teach now.
You saw that. A teacher in the United States of America couldn't name 3 countries in Africa. And there are 54 countries in Africa. Now, the United States of America is in the North American continent. There are 23 countries in North America. I can name about 15 of them. Go to Europe. There are 44 countries in Europe. I can name about all of them. And it is not because I am so smart. It is because this is how we were fed. These were the things that we were fed with as Africans. You would hardly find an African who went to school who would not be able to name at least 2 or 3 countries, 4 countries, 5 countries in Europe, let alone a teacher. But in America, a teacher couldn't name 3 countries in Africa. This is because they don't know about us, but we are fed with everything that concerns them. Now, it is knowledge, and ordinarily we wouldn't have criticized it. But that knowledge has now crept into our daily lives to the point that we now prefer imported items to things that we can locally create. That is why our own production capacities and our production acumen has been crippled. And even the government, even the misbehavior of leadership, where you find leaders in Africa stealing money and going to invest abroad. This is because we have been given the notion that that is where greatness is, that greatness is not in Africa. This is what we must try to change. As a people, every corner you are, with the little voice that you have, try to speak for this continent of Africa. And it behoves young people to do this because the aged 50, 60 above have already been mentally enslaved. And this is really part of the reason why our top story today really got me sad. A company that has lasted over 30 years, an African company, arguably the biggest satellite television company in Africa, has been bought over by a French media outfit. Look at how the papers reported it. French media giant acquires MultiChoice in 3 billion naira deal, gains full control of DSTV, GOTV. French media conglomerate Canal has officially acquired full ownership of MultiChoice Group, the parent company of DSTV and GOTV, in a landmark $3 billion deal. The acquisition, which gives Canal Plus the remaining 55% stake it did not previously own, was approved by South Africa's Competition Tribunal on Wednesday, July 23. For Canal, the deal represents a major strategic expansion into Africa's booming media and entertainment market, already operating in 25 African countries with over 8 million subscribers. Canal Plus is now positioned to significantly scale up its presence, targeting 50 to 100 million subscribers across the continent in the coming years. MultiChoice, Africa's largest pay TV broadcaster, brings more than 14.5 million subscribers in 50 sub-Saharan African countries, as well as flagship platforms like DSTV and GOTV. The company is also home to premium content brands such as SuperSport, making it an attractive acquisition for the French media powerhouse. You saw that. This is not good for Africa. Yes, Canal Plus were part of the multi-choice before, and they are just acquiring the remaining 55% that they did not have. But what happens to other African billionaires acquiring that? $3 billion. There are surely so many people that I can, name now just from the top of my head that could have even paid more for that. Because this is now the French media having the opportunity to control what we see. They can now target between 50 to 100 million subscribers in few years to come. And this is what they are going to do. They are going to drop the tariff. This subscription tariff that deters people from subscribing, they are going to drop it. They will make it pay as you go in countries where it is not pay as you go, to bring in more people, and they will begin to control the things that we see. This is wrong on all fronts. Multi-choice. They own 49% of BetKing. They own SuperSport, 70%. DSTV, GOTV, Mnet, all gone to a French media company. And look at how Africans reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, "This is worrisome. Let's not forget that France would always want to have footprints in Nigeria. Now they can influence what we see in Africa and also get data." That is it. And this tweet here says, "Wow, so Canal Plus has got the deal. I hope they don't bring carnality into Africa or promote similitudes of such." And Ekun here says, "Not the French. These people will not leave Africa alone." Victor says, "It is finished. The French will own and feed us whatever they want henceforth. Oh yeah, open your mouth." Laguerre information, he spoke in French there. That is it. But Jay here says, "The French wants to control Africa with the media. Unfortunately for them, we have X, the internet." Jay is saying they will not be able to control us, feeding us with whatever using the DSTV and GOTV. And this tweet here by the president says, "Good for them. Hope they will drive pay as you watch and not this fraud Nigerians are subjected to." And that is the point I was making earlier. They make it pay as you watch. So the tariff becomes lower. More people come in and they begin to control the things that we watch. I don't want to go into details, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, because sometimes when you start saying all these things, even the social media operators may come for you. So there are certain things that we have rejected in Africa that will now be pushed on us when they control our media. This is what I'm talking about. Africa is sleeping. We act as if we are just on this earth moving up and down, as if we don't even have a purpose for being here. And this is why I'm speaking like this, and I believe that more people will emerge that will begin to speak like this. More young people though, because these people in their 50s and 60s have already been mentally enslaved. They can no longer think outside the box. We have everything, for God's sake. We can do all these things for God's sake. Now they will take over these companies, or, oh my God, I don't want to go into saying certain things, but I'm telling you, all the black CEOs should better watch it. They should better watch it. Because the executive positions will now become region-based. It becomes a regional thing. This is sad. Finally, there is something I really need to talk about. I can't make this video without talking about this, because when I saw it, it broke my heart. A few days ago, there was a national protest in Nigeria. Retired police officers were protesting, saying many of them are being denied their entitlements. The ones who are being paid peanuts. A man who should receive 60,000, 70,000 naira is receiving 18,000, 17,000. This is terrible. This is so wrong. We can't have people being treated like this after they have served the nation. And just a week before then, we saw another heavy protest by retired military. They gathered outside the office of the Minister of Finance, protesting that they are also being denied their entitlements. We need to stop this. Meanwhile, we invest in frivolities. But we allow these people to just languish in poverty after they have served the nation. And the people, many people, the worst is that many Nigerians did not even show any pity for the police. Neither did they show any pity for the military because of how these men treat them when they are in office. You see civilians, you just start beating them up. You maltreat them. That is why when you are being treated like this, nobody speaks for you. It is time for us to put on our thinking caps in this continent of Africa. Because I know this thing is not only happening in Nigeria. You can find it everywhere. These are the major things we have in common in Africa. Corruption, bad leadership, greed. And I will continue to speak vehemently against these things. And I believe that more voices will emerge of young people in Africa that will speak to the current despicable state of things so that this continent can begin to change. A new Africa can emerge. It is possible. We have the resources. They are still there. All we need to do is to press more. Jettisoned tribe and religion and the little peanuts that these greedy leaders can give you. And then let us get the right people into leadership positions. And I'm telling you, in few years, Africa will become the envy of the world. Anyway, make I leave am here. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, anywhere you're watching from in Africa, I don't know what you're still waiting for. As a matter of fact, I want you to do it now. I'm watching you. Subscribe now, make we for no quarrel. Bye.